So I think I got some clothes off those farmers, but I don't have a cool hat.
Oh, well, it ruins the look.
Ah.
You got Loretta's bone, that's...
Apparently it was more of a toy than an actual bone from her body,
Oh. Okay.
which is better?
Still really odd. Who plays with a bone?
I don't know.
Poor kids.
Poor kids.
Oh, hello, you're back.
So
And in
I don't know
one
how we're
piece.
gonna break this to him.
Well, now it's time I do my part, huh? Heavens, she was already dead.
Yes,
Thank you.
before I got there,
I'm not surprised, though.
He's, taking that rather well.
Almost a relief, really.
Really well.
Yeah.
You can keep the ring.
Really, really well.
Yeah, he's pretty
A little
okay with it.
trinket of
Or
thanks,
just come
I
to terms with
suppose.
it.
It's weird that he's not asking a whole lot of questions.
Goodbye, and
Yeah.
stay safe.
It's probably better that way, though.
Oh no, yeah, for us,
This
totally.
place is a...
Yeah, definitely.
What good is thievery if you've nowhere to go?
He might just want to seriously just live in mystery.
It's more exciting that way.
So let's get back. We have another path we can take. So we didn't take this bridge last time. Mostly because these buttholes have fire.
Yeah, and you almost rolled right into it.
I clearly evasively maneuvered.
Yeah, clearly. On top of the fire.
So apparently people around here like to play dead, where they're just sleeping on the job.
Well, it was time for a change of the guard shift.
I mean, that's fine, but like, do you have to do it in the stable?
They don't have much
Oh
else.
shit. Is that a bathroom? Is that like an old-timey bathroom? There's no horses in this game, so I mean...
Oh, you interrupted two dudes while they were pooping.
I think they tried to poop so hard they passed out, and that's what really happened. So they got really embarrassed, and like, oh man, no witnesses.
Oh. Beautiful.
It's actually quite the opposite of that.
Oh, blow dart. Oh.
Oh my god. I can't aim at him now.
Lovely. And nope. And nope.
So now that he's immune to fire, I guess. And I'm out of fireballs.
Oh, he came down for you. He's apparently out of blow darts.
Was it worth it?
he had nothing else to live for.
So here's where fire becomes a really big problem if you're not careful.
Oh, yes, right there.
They weren't careful.
They killed all his friends. Maybe they weren't his friends. Hello. Oh.
So I wouldn't be too worried about it, because I have a ton of Estus.
Yeah. But don't you want to save that Estus?
Why?
Just for things. I don't know. Is there a bonfire nearby, dude?
I'm not saying whether or not there is,
Oh, look at that.
but there might be.
Of course there is.
So that's the last bonfire we encountered in this area. There's one not too far away, but it is technically in the next area, so
Oh.
we'll see that either this video or the next. And it's actually really infamous for me, for a reason that we'll get into, because it's dumb. Because let's just say that maybe having a port for the PC is harder than people think.
That sounds ominous.
So let's take care of this murderer. God, killing's wrong.
Yeah. Oh, saving somebody.
Unkindled, are we?
Yes, everybody keeps asking that.
Welcome to my abode.
I am Cornix,
big place you got
an
there.
old
Yeah.
pyromancer. A crow
Maybe he
in
doesn't
his
need much.
cage, as you see now. But here we are, an encounter for the ages. I hear the unkindled make for fine vessels.
Oh.
Care to learn
What?
some
Is he asking me
pyromancers
out?
from
What's
this
happening?
old man?
Is he asking you in? Because there's not a lot of room. It'd be very
Most
intimate.
wise. A chance encounter should not be squandered. To
Another man
reiterate,
who just
I
really,
am
really
Cornix
loves
of the Great
uncomfortable
Swamp.
encounters.
The pleasure.
So much so that he covers his eyes.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't have to see the encounter... Whoa, he just disappeared.
Yep, so he went back to Firelink.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's a bunch of merchants and people that we're gonna have back at Firelink at the end of the game. So the guys that were carrying the big razor blades, some of them have giant pots.
Why not? They're just out collecting water for their village. Some are chopping down
Where?
trees.
Where the hell is the water?
They've been doing it for years.
I want to see you talk your way out of this one.
There
He was
is
not
no water.
moving.
They're still searching, and they just gave up.
So sometimes they'll drop their giant razor blade. Because those guys do carry their razor blades, and we might see one of them have both. Sorry, excuse me?
Whoa. That was an intense sound.
There are some people later on there may be a little more intense. But the reason I did not sit at that bonfire is that we have to backtrack, and I don't want to deal with the poopers again.
They've been shamed once already. They don't need to be shamed again.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, if anything, we are being respectful.
That's right. Honoring the dead.
So I think we found the place where Grey Rat comes from, because there's like 15 of him.
It's a logical explanation.
It's going to turn out that there's going to be like a cloning facility. And once you come out of the tube, they just hand you a blow dart and an axe.
And a fancy hat. Unless that hat is part of you.
Let's not think about that.
The weird part, though, is when they get you naked first and then hand you the blow dart.
Right. Look, we're not going to be able to give you any clothes. We don't really have any to spare. I hope this blow dart and axe will suffice.
Yeah, that comes with the whole package, including your own.
Clothes or blow dart, pick one.
Yeah, right.
You can't have both.
So, you know how you called that one enemy creepy?
Yeah.
You want to talk to it?
No.
Another Nana disappeared. The Grunton carries a cage. He ever has his cage.
What?
And Nana's never coming back. So come into the cage and become Nana's shade.
No.
I think he's going through to Hollywood.
Yep.
So he does not go back to Firelink.
Thank God.
As far as I'm aware, he or they, I guess, they only ever say that.
Okay.
And they reference somebody carrying a cage.
Oh, hello.
And I wonder who that could be.
Probably not. Probably not this guy. It's too convenient.
So there are other enemies that carry cages on their back just like this guy. But those are usually full of things. This one's
Oh.
not.
Oh. Good. Do you put something in there?
I mean, technically, yeah.
I mean, he's not attacking you outright, so...
Yep. But the thing we put in there is us.
Is this more travel?
Kidnapping, travel, it's pretty much the same thing.
Is there a term for willful kidnapping? Okay, bye.
I think the people of Dark Souls need to come up with a better way of transporting other people.
So we just got thrown out like the garbage.
Oh.
Public transit, am I right?
Yeah. When you've got nothing else, I guess.
Okay, now this is definitely a boss fight. Look how big this arena is.
Yeah?
So why is it only this tiny man? Who's also the asshole that invaded me?
Oh.
Well, what's up? This pit is for hollows, not for the likes of you sane folk.
Okay.
Or perhaps you are a hollow, posing as otherwise?
So he's supposed to be really old? I think.
Then we are just
Sure. Doesn't look very wrinkly.
to know who you are.
There's someone that calls him Granddad later.
Soon enough.
Awesome.
And should you be undead, well, all the more so.
They just believe he's old because of the gray hair.
Beware, the shackles of the gods are fragile. You
Okay.
might need
Except he's just a hipster and he dies it that
etch
way.
it on your
Right,
heart
yeah.
if you feel your sanity slip.
So far we've had a covenant for being helped and a
Come
covenant
here
for
to
helping.
pile up your victims.
The Mound Maker's the first asshole covenant where it's all about
You'll see
invading.
when you go.
Oh, nice.
They'll be your
So it's
family.
not quite the Dark Wraiths, but it also is.
You'll go mad.
So you notice that his phantom wasn't red, it was like a pink color.
Take my advice.
Right.
He is a mad phantom. So mad phantoms can invade and fight with other covenant phantoms like red phantoms, but if you're summoned in as a mad phantom, you can attack the enemies for the host or the host.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't know if they thought that was just going to be a popular thing that people were going to do, because it's not. People would rather summon in helpful phantoms.
Right. Instead of summoning in somebody completely random.
So that altar was where we actually turn in any of the items. There's no bonfire here, so we actually have to teleport out.
No.
So we'll just use the homeward bone that he gave us. So, I mean, that wasn't a boss fight,
Nope. That was the second time.
very clearly.
Second time you fooled us. Oh. Hello.
So, could I make it up to you by saying that we're actually going to a boss fight?
We'll see.
I mean, it's the one I wasn't very, big on. So this looks like an arena, right?
Yeah, but you said that the last two times.
But it looks like one, right?
It looks like one, sure.
Okay, good, because we're just fighting like little crappy enemies in here.
Of course.
Thankfully, no trees in here are on fire, so I think we're clear.
Oh, good. They're not worshipping whatever they worship to burn trees.
The fire bombs, the holy fire bomb.
The holy firebomb.
So what you're saying is, with those trees not being on fire, we're going to be the ones burning them, right?
I'd like to think so. This guy's way too much health.
Oof. Oh.
So the reason I like to think we're burning the tree.
The tree came alive. Awesome.
So if we hit any part of the tree that's covered in wood, we actually can't hurt it.
Oh.
Can you guess which part of the tree we have to hit?
The skulls in the center?
Those aren't skulls.
Rocks?
Those are
Whatever.
sacks.
Sacks? Oh, you gotta hit its
It
sack.
literally has sacks in its crotch that you have to hit.
Oh my god. Oh, that looks nasty.
It only does a little bit of damage, but it's like constantly stunning you.
Oh.
So more of those little enemies are going to keep dropping in from the sides.
Yeah.
It seems their AI is maybe a little broken right now.
They're stuck. They're just stuck. Okay.
Yeah, we'll deal with them when the time comes, but I think they're kind of stupid right now.
And you're just wailing on its sacks.
Yeah. So thankfully that isn't the only place on its body where it has sacks. There's one on one leg and one on one arm.
Right.
And they take a lot less damage before something very helpful happens. So this is the reason why I said that I don't like this fight now, because I don't have a lot of damage output.
Right.
And since I can't hit the boss wherever I want, I have to wait for its sacks to come in range.
For a good moment to actually attack. Oh.
Yeah, so its hand was actually clipped into the ground, but it did have a sack on the back.
Right.
The back sack.
Yeah. Nope. Alright, so it stunned it, I guess, right? Oh, that was
Just
close.
a little bit. So, if you had to guess at what the phase 2 of this boss fight is, because it still has a lot of health, do you think it's going to get mad when I crush its sack?
I do. I do believe that. Very mad. Oh.
Well,
Oh.
we just did a bad thing.
Yep, now you pissed him off.
So remember that arena we were just in?
Yes. Great.
Here comes phase 2.
Oh. Okay.
So, like, all of the sacks and the giant hand or whatever is part of the curse-rotted part of the curse-rotted Great Wood.
Okay.
Apparently, the undead settlement just had a bunch of curses. And so they put them into a tree somehow.
They just shunted the responsibility.
Yeah, and then this happened.
Oh. Oh. Ass sacks.
Yeah, pretty much just hide the problem, move on, everything will be fine.
So the weird thing is, it always had those back sacks on its ass sacks,
Yeah.
but for some reason we couldn't hit them in the first phase.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to destroy all of these now. If you hit the new arm that came out of its stomach, that does fair enough damage. It's not great, but it's something.
Yeah.
There are a lot of butt-based attacks in this boss fight.
Well, I mean, it is dragging itself around on its ass.
My favorite move that we haven't seen yet is one where it just kind of stumbles around. It's also a big fan of doing some yoga or whatever this is.
It's just falling over. You are stabbing its ass sacks. Oh.
And I'm running a little low on healing.
Yeah.
So here's the fun attack where he gets up, takes like a step, and falls over.
I mean, that would be pretty devastating if you were in front of him. Oh. And down it goes.
And yeah, you need to watch out for attacks like this one where the hand kind of has a mind of its own. So I mean, overall, I think it's a bit too slow of a boss fight.
Yeah. It's just kind of...
I mean, the music thinks a lot is happening.
Yeah. It's very reminiscent of Seath.
Maybe?
A little bit in that you have to get close to attack him. Yeah, here he goes. And fall. It's just sad, really.
And more of the butt.
The only thing I can think of is it's popping a zit on its ass, and that's what's coming out the bottom.
I'm more curious about the fact, like, is this what I'm supposed to kind of do to my dog when, like, he scoots his ass on the carpet? I just keep attacking his sack?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything that would incriminate myself in a court of law, but maybe don't use a short sword, I think is the lesson we're getting here.
But then how do they neuter dogs? Is this not how they do it?
Well, thankfully, we're cutting that conversation short. So we get a soul from a tree, which is weird, and something called the transposing kiln, which we use to make boss items and weapons.
Alright.
So I didn't even know this until I was doing research for this, but, I mean, this fucker's dead, that's one thing.
Oh.
But on the transposing kiln is a bunch of crystal lizard bodies stitched into a circle.
Oh.
It's really strange.
That's odd.
But I mean, that nerd's dead. So I think overall, it's a win.